Ready to dominate at the plate? Blast Baseball is trusted by more major league and college teams than any other hitting solution. The Blast sensor attaches to the knob of any bat, providing real-time feedback with every swing. Go to blastmotion.com and enter code NOWD1 at checkout to save $25. All right, everybody, it is 9 o'clock. Let's get right into it. We do this show every Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern on X Spaces. I'm Alan Gay, and this is Now D1 Speaks. Hey, man, we have got a big-time show tonight with a big-time prospect. We've got Tyler Straily with us. He is a 25 uncommitted out of the state of Nevada. Hey, Tyler, are you here?
Yes, sir, I am.
Fantastic, man. I'm so happy you're here. I can't wait to kind of get into this. Why don't you kick it off? Let us know where you go to school, what your GPA is, what travel team that you played for, and, man, how'd you get into playing baseball?
So I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I go to Foothill High School. My GPA is a 4.397. And getting into playing baseball, my cousin has played pro ball for about 14 years now and played at every single level and even Korea. And even my dad was a big baseball fan, and that's really how I got into it.
Man, I love that. So a couple questions, man, right off the bat. So let me ask you something. How did the Dirtbags do this summer?
We did pretty good. Played in some big tournaments, especially the USA National 16U Championships down in Arizona, and we competed and made it to the top 16, and we really had fun.
Man, that's awesome. That's quite an accomplishment. I'm sure there were hundreds of teams there to get to the top 16. That's big-time stuff and a ton of fun.
Yes, sir.
Dan Straily, that's your cousin?
Yes, sir, that is.
He's played at every level. How many years has he been a pro?
Do you
know?
He got called up in 2012, so this is going on, I believe, his 14th year.
This is amazing. Yeah, I mean, so 11 or 12 years for sure.
12 years.
And 12 years. I mean, good night. That is an older cousin.
Yes, sir.
Hey, good stuff, man. Got baseball in your blood. I love it. So let me ask you, Tyler, what positions do you play? And really, what are some of your strengths? And maybe just one or two things that you're just working to improve.
I'm a 2025 left-handed pitcher and outfielder. And my strengths are definitely on the mound. I work very quick, and I'm a whippy arm action guy who hides the ball really well. And I'd say my favorite pitch is definitely a little sweeper that I throw. And then on the other side of the ball, I know my biggest weakness is definitely my speed. I know as a bigger guy, I'm not the fastest, and that's always something I'm working on trying to improve, is really getting my legs a lot stronger and getting more fast twitch muscles to move a lot faster.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, give us some measurables. What's your height and weight?
I'm 180, 6 foot.
Okay. Perfect, man. Left-handed. So everybody loves velo always, and I hear you, man. You got that sweepy, whippy arm. I love your description. I'm already picturing, kind of what you look like as a left-hander. It's a great description that you just went through. But kind of give us an idea of your fastball velocity.
My fastball is 84 to 86 right now, and my top is 87.
Okay, man, that's fantastic. You're 25, so you're a rising junior. You're, 16 years old?
Yes, sir.
Man, you're bringing it. That's tons of velocity right there from the left side. You're absolutely getting after it there. No question about it. You're big, 6 foot 180. I love it, too, that you're working on speed. Hey, man, how would you consider yourself? Are you gap-to-gap, power hitter, contact hitter? How would you describe it?
Definitely a gap-to-gap guy. I know my spray charts we were looking at the other day from last year with my head coach. I don't think I had maybe 3 balls down the right field line and closer to 300 at-bats. I stick to the gaps.
Good stuff, man. That's a great description. I love it, Tyler. Hey, everyone that's joining us this evening, thank you so much for being here. We absolutely appreciate it. We record this space, so if you got in late, we'll be able to retweet it out later in its entirety. So thank you so much for supporting Tyler and Now D1 this evening. So let me ask you something, Tyler. You've been playing baseball a long time. Your dad, your older cousin, you have lots of people to kind of look up to that really got you into it. I gotta imagine that you really had a lot of memorable moments and achievements on the field. Can you maybe narrow it down to maybe one thing in particular? And more importantly, what did you learn from it?
Yes, sir. I'd have to say my biggest achievement is that my team, we won our first ever state championship in school history this year. And the biggest thing I really learned from it was being a great teammate and being able to work together with others really well will lead to success. And that's one of the main reasons why we were successful and able to win because we really all understood each other and we put in the work 110% every single day we were out there.
What a mature comment. I love that comment. And congratulations on winning the state title, man. That is massive. This is in Nevada, obviously.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, that's the kind of thing that just doesn't happen to everybody. Talk to us a little about it. Were there any particular games, along the way that, man, you felt like you guys were going to lose and maybe you turned a corner, snuck out a victory, and it just really propelled you? Or did you just dominate your whole way through?
Through most of the regular season, we were pretty dominant. More of a we were a senior and sophomore heavy team. I know in our state championship we had six sophomores playing. I believe we used 14 guys and seven were sophomores. And definitely we dominated the whole season, but once it came to playoffs, our first game, we were facing a tough opponent and we saw a good arm that was 90 to 92 and he topped 94 in our game and we were outscored early, but we came crossed with some of our seniors getting some big knocks to tie the game later in the game, and we ended up being able to take that pitcher to 8 innings and walk it off at our home turf.
Oh my gosh, that's huge. What an achievement right there. What an awesome game. I can't believe you guys won the state with seven sophomores primarily. You guys were young, super young. You had the right leadership with maybe the right seniors. You obviously had some talented juniors in there too, but what a core of sophomore players. I got to believe expectations must be through the roof this year.
Yes, sir. Our expectations we're playing with the big dogs. We have two really big schools out here, Basic Academy and Bishop Gorman, and we're in their division now, and we're looking to go after them from day one and bring home another state title this year.
Heck yeah, man. I love that confidence. And everybody's heard of Bishop Gorman across the country, man. There's no doubt about it. I'm in Florida. I know exactly who that is. So you are playing with the big dogs. But I love the confidence in your voice and you're just ready to get after it, man. I can't wait to keep up with you in the school and kind of see how you guys do. So Tyler, let me ask you something about really just kind of staying motivated and just pushing yourself to continue to get better because it just sounds like you've had a lot of success early on. Kind of easy to get complacent. So, what is it that you're doing to just keep pushing yourself?
Yes, sir. I know I talk to my cousin who played in the big leagues about every week and just staying motivated. I know that my goals in life are to move on and be a bigger man somewhere and hopefully to reach that next level. And one of my biggest motivators is definitely my brother. He's always pushing me and even though he's across the country not right now, we're texting every day and he really has motivated me, especially the past 2 years when we were playing together just to be the best guy I can on the field. Not necessarily I might have the best skills, but if I'm able to put in that 110% effort, whether it's a game or a practice or even in the weight room, that I can beat someone else on the field if I use the tools I have.
Man, I love that confidence, no doubt about it. So, your brother's a baseball player as well.
Yes, sir. He's playing Division One baseball at Coppin State University this year.
Oh, man, that's huge. I love it. This is is he a freshman?
This will be his freshman year.
Man, what does he have to say about college life? And I guess, gosh, I mean, they've just really kind of gotten kicked off. I mean, I'm sure they've had team meetings already and they've gotten together, a couple practices and so forth. What's he telling you it's like?
He's really just telling me that it's just more dudes who want to be there and compete than high school. They got obviously a bigger goal trying to go and win a national championship and even a conference championship. But the atmosphere, he loves it, and he's telling me that to be there and get there, just got to keep grinding it out because nobody stops grinding every single day up in college.
Man, that's good stuff right there. He's giving you great advice. You definitely got baseball in your blood all the way around, man. I love it that you're just working, to get to the next level. And I got to tell you, you are well on your way. You're doing a fantastic job. Hey, Tyler, in your introduction, man, you mentioned your GPA, which is outstanding. So, you're successful in the classroom and you're successful on the ball field. How are you balancing those two so that you can be successful?
Yes, sir. So academics is my number one priority always. If you don't have good academics, you're not going to be able to play very far in this game or even in high school. And so every week I just set aside at least a couple hours a day, do my homework, go to tutoring if I need it, and really just be able to focus and hound the academics. And I go to a dual enrollment school where I'm going to earn my associate's degree while I'm in high school taking classes from a JUCO. And I know the workload in college is a lot more than high school. So you really got to put the time and effort and work in to your classes and make sure you're getting the help you need when you need it. And I ask a lot of our seniors when I need help. And that's a big proponent of why I'm able to stay successful both in the classroom and on the field.
Man, again, love it. Great answer. I'm sure your mom and dad are extremely proud of you, but they had to have loved that answer as well. And I got to tell you, I'm a big, big proponent of dual enrollment. If you have the opportunity, it just makes so much sense. It puts you in a very, very good position when you're entering college as a freshman and you have an associate's degree in your back pocket, that puts you in a good spot. There's no question about it, man. It's the way to do it. You are doing a fantastic job, Tyler.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No doubt, brother. So I know I can't even imagine this. Hey, you've got one cousin playing pro, you got a brother playing D1, you've got great coaches around you, you just want a state title. But man, you got to tell us who are some particularly influential players or coaches that have really helped you develop?
Well, there's two people that come into my mind right off the bat. My first is Coach Soto, Dave Soto. He's one of the most influential people in my entire life and everything I do. He's really helped me become the way I am. He's coached at every level from Little League to being an MLB scout. And he has the knowledge and tools, and just trust him every day when I work. He'll be there with me an hour before, an hour after. He'll take time out of his day in the early morning just to come help me if I got a question or I'm having a rough day. He's there for me every day, and he wants me to see me succeed, and he helps me also help our team succeed and just be a bigger guy in general. And the second one I have to talk about is definitely my trainer, Alex Puskarich. He's a former minor league trainer for the Cincinnati Reds, and he's worked with guys like Ellie De La Cruz and Joey Votto to help them get where they're at today. And he just pushes me in the weight room, and he brings in guys from colleges such as UNLV and San Diego State, and even the JUCO in my city, College of Southern Nevada. And he really just makes them get after it on me, and he pushes me every day because he knows my potential. And if I'm slacking, he never lets me hear the end of it. But he's definitely the second most influential person in my career, and he's just been there from day one, just helping me get better every day.
Man, both these guys just sound like top quality kind of guys that you want to have around you, man. That is great, great stuff. So let me ask you something about you've mentioned the weight room now a couple of times. Would you consider yourself maybe a gym rat?
I would definitely say I'm a gym rat. I'm definitely in there for at least 2 hours every day before practice, and I always bring my protein shake with me. I'm just getting after it. If I'm not sweating hard enough, then I'm not doing the work right.
Man, that's good stuff right there. And that's what it really takes to be successful at the next level. It's just, and I know that's what your brother's going to be filling you in on. And these other influential people that are in your life already know it and have experienced it. Everybody at the next level is just bigger, faster, stronger. And so, you're doing exactly what you need to do. Let me ask you something about the weight room, man. What's your favorite lift?
Favorite lift is definitely lower body. I love my Mondays are actually it's a deadlift and hip thrust day, and it's may sound weird because most people hate deadlifting, but that's just my favorite. It really gets my body going, and it just makes my heart pumped differently when I'm in there.
That's good stuff. What's your PR?
My PR,
Deadlift.
I think my PR is 415. I've been repping 405 for 4 sets right now though.
Oh, that's getting after it, man. It's a 16-year-old. A quote on, hey, he's just a pitcher with a whippy sweeper out here repping 405 deadlifts. That's big, man. That's big time stuff. I love it. Really good. Hey, everyone, again, thank you so much for joining us. We absolutely appreciate your support. I mentioned earlier that we record this space. One of the reasons we record it is so that we could retweet it out. But we also turned it into a podcast, and that podcast is now D1 Speaks. And the core audience is really college coaches that have an opportunity to listen to our guests, which are uncommitted baseball players, high school, junior college, transfer portal. These are the guys that are coming on, and they're really talking about their makeup. It's not all about the accolades on the baseball field. It's really who they are off the field. And the podcast has found a ton of success. It really kind of fits the one piece that coaches may not always be able to determine when they're going through the recruiting process. And that's, again, really what is your makeup? Who are you off the field and what really drives you? If you're listening to the show or you're listening to the podcast later and you have an interest in being on, please reach out to me. I'm on Twitter at now_D1. I will tell you that we're booked just about through October. I think we probably have about a week's worth of October open dates, and then we're going to start looking at November. So it'll give you plenty of time to get prepared and to be on and have an opportunity to be heard, just like Tyler is this evening. So, Tyler, let me ask you something now. I mean, we've talked about your GPA, which is fantastic. We've talked about a lot, hey, your work ethic off the field, and we've talked about some accolades on the field. So when you do get ready to get on the field and play in a game, talk to us how you get mentally ready. Do you have a very specific routine that you like to go through, in particular on nights that you're pitching, or do you just have some various rituals that you like to kind of go through?
Well, in terms of pregame, I'm a pretty basic guy, but it depends going from pitching to hitting. If it's a hitting day, I'm usually there about I try to get there about an hour before my other teammates and work with my Coach Soto, really, and just get those extra swings in before the game and get that shade. And then in terms of a pitcher, I'm it may sound a little different, but I like to listen to some country music in my ears for about an hour, and I'll just sit out there and shag. And even though I might be hitting in the game, I just stay out there and feed and shag and just get ready for the game mentally. And then about towards 20 minutes before BPNs, I'll go and just chill in the dugout. And it could be 110 out, and I'll have my hoodie on, just trying to keep my body warm, keep it going. And always sipping Gatorade. I always have a Gatorade with me. And then the one really weird ritual that I have is no matter the field we play at, the town we're in, the state, I always put my bag at the end of the dugout and then put all of my gear in the front. I don't know why I do it. I started doing it freshman year, and it works for me every game. I seem to have this thing in my mind that tells me I do better when I put my bag there. So
Hey, good stuff. I can appreciate that. I love it. I was going to ask you, there had to have been a particular game, specific moment that you really succeeded and realized you had your bag there. But man, you're saying, I can't remember exactly why it happened, but now it's a comfort level. I love that. Hey, country music, nothing wrong with country music. Anybody in particular that you really like? Who's your go-to country guy or female?
go to I have two that I have a main playlist. I usually listen to some Luke Combs and Cody Jinks before my starts.
That's good stuff, man. I love it. So, hey, I know that you're really tracking to play at the next level. Like that's kind of your long term goal is to find the right fit for you, to be succeeding, and then just kind of see where it leads. Maybe it's the level after the next level. Who knows, right? But talk to us in your own words there. Short term, you got 2 years in high school left. You've won a state title. Maybe on a personal level, what would you like to accomplish over these next 2 years of high school? And then really, what is it that you want to be able to do in college?
Yes, sir. So short term, personally, I want to get bigger, stronger. Obviously, hit the ball a lot farther, run faster, and throw harder on the mound. But not only that, but for my team wise, my goal is really just to help my team win two more state titles. We're coming up from a new division, looking as the underdogs. People know we're going to be there and we're going to be a force, but the bigger schools think they'll just roll over us. And I want to help our guys know that we can really win two more state titles, and that's the short term goals. And then for my long term goals, I want to go play college baseball somewhere and develop as a bigger and a better person. So if baseball doesn't pan out for me, I'm a better person coming out of college and being able to go get a job where I'm comfortable and happy and being able to be a great coworker. And then in terms, my hopes is playing in the big leagues just like my cousin did. And I hope I can get there with whatever route I take through college.
Man, what fantastic answers. What great goals. I love the two more state titles, quite honestly. Could you only imagine, man, if you ended up with three state titles, one 4A and two 5A? I mean, that would be insane. Has your school ever won a state title?
This year was our first ever state title, and that one was special because our whole community was behind us. The other team was pretty much spushed into the stands. We had closer to probably, I'd say, about 300 people watching our game, and it was just a burst of excitement when that final out was caught by our right fielder.
Man, that is so cool. I mean, I love it. First state title ever. Wouldn't you love it? 3 years from now, you got three state titles hanging in the trophy cabinet, and some poor little freshman comes rolling in. His question is going to be, "Gosh, have y'all never won a state title? I mean, you win it every year." You know what I mean? And then, hey, and I think I'm thinking about your college experience that's going to be coming up here soon enough. Have you even considered, or are you thinking, you got such a great GPA, have you been thinking about what it is that potentially you might want to major in?
Yes, sir. My primary major would hopefully be anywhere in the engineering field, and my primary one would definitely be aeronautical engineering. But business and engineering are my top two majors, and if a school has one of those, I'm definitely willing to be super open to going there.
Hey, man, nothing wrong with being a rocket scientist, and then you can go and get your MBA. You'll have it all covered.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it, man. It's a great plan, Tyler. You're well on your way to doing exactly that. It's awesome stuff. Hey, let's talk about getting to the next level. Just kind of talk to us about your recruiting process and how things are going, and how you feel about it. But you don't have to mention any schools, certainly, by any stretch of the imagination. But just give us overall feel of how recruiting is going for you.
Recruiting so far has been super exciting. When that new August 1st rule hit and the time rolled around, I was being able to talk to a lot of colleges right off the bat and schools that I'm really interested in. And there's a lot that I want to be in contact with, obviously, that unfortunately I haven't had yet, but hopefully to get there. But it's definitely been a fun and interesting time. I never thought it would be this, it would give me so much anxiety when it rolled around, but it's definitely happening a lot quicker than I ever thought it would. But just like my coaches and my brother are telling me, just being able to sit back and enjoy where the process takes me is really what I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely. Again, such a mature answer. And not that I love that you said it, but I can appreciate that you said it, and I give you a lot of credit. It does give you an anxiety. It's you got a big time decision that's going to be coming up, and to be able to get to that point where you're making that decision, man, you got to keep performing, right? You got to keep growing. You got to keep getting bigger. And so there is anxiety that kind of goes along with that. And I think if you're mature enough to realize that and to be able to vocalize it, then you probably really absolutely have it under control. And that's what it takes. And again, you've got a great support system around you. I mean, your family has just really put you in a good spot, and you're taking advantage of it. And then you've got just professionals that are also in your life helping coach you and train you. And then you got other family members that are experiencing it and playing it. And you got such good relationships with them that you can just pick up the phone and call them, text them. And man, they're trying to improve their careers. But boy, I tell you what, they're obviously interested in you and love you, and they want to see you succeed. And they're just excited for you, man. It's a good situation you're in. You really put yourself in a good spot, man.
Yes, sir.
No question. So, hey, this has been an awesome night, Tyler. I really appreciate you jumping on this call. Let's kind of end it with thinking about younger guys. It's so funny. Earlier, I said, what if you guys won 3 state titles and then some poor freshman came in? So let's kind of think about some of those younger guys, that really want an opportunity to be successful long term in baseball and maybe to get to where you are right now, where hopefully they're going to have some decisions to make. Well, what kind of advice would you give them?
Yes, sir. So I've even told some of the freshmen we got this year, you really just have to not try and rush everything and enjoy the game while you have it there. There's gonna be dudes that are bigger than you, stronger than you, and not everybody hits their growth spurt or weight spurt or even strength spurt at the same time. And you really just gotta trust the process and trust what your coaches are teaching you. And at the end of the day, it's the game of baseball. It's a game. Every level you get to, it's going to be for higher stakes, but you got to go back to the fundamentals and realize that you got to find ways to calm yourself down and understand that we're here to have fun, compete, and get better every day. And the number one thing I tell our underclassmen is you really have to, if you're not focusing in the classroom and giving it 120% in the classroom, then you're not going to get a chance on the field to even practice and get better. So you got to start. It starts in the classroom, and then you show it on the field later.
Man, what great advice again. And this is advice that you're living yourself. And so it's not just words that you're making up, man, you're living it. And I tell you what, you're right on track. Again, Tyler, it's been an awesome night, man. Absolutely, I have enjoyed it. I will tell everyone that's listening, hey, hop on tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. We've got Maddox Hampton coming on. Maddox is a 25 right-handed pitcher. He's out of the state of Arkansas. He is a really big time prospect. He's got a ton of schools that are already talking to him as well. He's on the right track. I tell you, I think it's going to be a good conversation because I think we're going to have an opportunity to hear 2 guys back to back nights that are really on the same trajectory, and it's going to be really interesting to see where the two really have been comparable to each other and the successes that they're having from the work that they're putting in today so that they can enjoy those rewards tomorrow. Hey, Tyler, thank you again for coming on, man. I am really happy for you and excited for you. I think you got a great, bright, big time future right here in front of you. So, congratulations, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. And again, everyone that was on this evening, thank you so much for your support. Good night. Hey, let me ask you something. Are you ready to dominate at the plate this season? Blast Baseball is the #1 hitting improvement solution, trusted by more major league, college, and travel ball teams than any other. The Blast sensor attaches to the knob of any bat, providing real-time feedback with every swing. Metrics are automatically sent to a smartphone app, generating insights that allow you to analyze and improve your hitting like never before. Go to blastmotion.com and enter code NOWD1 and you will save $25 at checkout. Unlock your potential with Blast.